Welcome to week 162, Mind Your Business Consistency. Have you ever tried to start a fire in the rain while camping? When I was 10, I had this grand vision of being the kind of kid who could survive in the wild. My hippie mother loved living off the land, being with nature, and cooking over an open flame. Future Jamie spoiler alert, my idea of adult camping is staying in a hotel. I had watched her countless times, crouched over a tiny pile of sticks, lighting her Bic lighter until, like magic, flames appeared. I was ready to try it on my own. Of course, at age 10, your brain doesn't consider that rain may impact your mission. I had damp twigs, a matchbook I stole from her friend's pack of Marlboro Light cigarettes, and the unshakable confidence of a child who had seen something done but had never done it themselves. I stacked everything into what I thought looked like a proper fire, struck a match, and watched it hiss out instantly. Tried again, same thing. By the fifth match, frustration turned into desperation. I crouched there, flicking match after match, expecting some grand eruption of flames, but all I got was wet smoke and the realization that I had no idea what I was doing. Then my mom joined me. She saw the mess I was making, the scattered, burnt-out matches, the sad little pile of damp sticks, and instead of laughing, she knelt beside me and said, "You're trying to start a bonfire before you've got an ember." And then she showed me a single dry leaf, one match. Let it catch. Protect it. Feed it gently. Within minutes, that one tiny ember turned into a small flame. The twigs caught, and the fire grew. And I'll never forget what she said next. The trick isn't making fire. It's keeping it alive. The fire of consistency in business. Decades later, I've realized that this is exactly how consistency works for entrepreneurs trying to build a business of their own. Most creative entrepreneurs think they need to come out swinging, posting daily, executing flawlessly, and running at full speed from the start. But that's like striking match after match without giving the fire a chance to catch. It doesn't work. Instead, you need to start small. One spark, then feed it gently. The key is remembering consistency isn't frequency. You don't need to post daily. You don't need to do everything right away. You just need to create a rhythm, one that works for your energy, your creativity, and your brain. And to do that, you need a plan that is creative entrepreneur smart. You may have heard SMART defined as specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. But creative entrepreneurs' brains are a little outside the box and need this kind of SMART goal. Small, or it's too big and we shut down. Specific, so we're clear about what needs to be done. Measurable, so we can visually see our progress. Actionable, or you will find us in a hoodie with Netflix and chill, questioning the day of the week. Realistic, or we tell ourselves stories about why we can't do it. And trackable, because we love checking boxes. Trackable gives us a dopamine hit. Here's how to build your fire. A smart visibility plan for creative entrepreneurs. If you struggle with consistency, visibility, and execution in your business, try this. 1. Small, start with a spark. Example, instead of aiming to write an entire blog post weekly, commit to a single social post or a 10-minute writing session. Why? It's easier to keep a fire going than to start one from scratch every time. Try this. What is the tiniest action you can take today? Post a thought. Share a win. Answer one question in a Facebook group. One spark is enough. 2. Specific. Define your firewood. Example, instead of saying, "I need to be more visible," say, "I will post on LinkedIn twice a week about lessons learned in my business." Why? A vague fire burns out fast. A structured fire burns steadily. Try this. What specific type of content can you share regularly? Client stories? Behind the scenes? A quick tip? Pick one. Number 3, actionable. Gather your Tinder. Example, if you want to show up on Instagram, don't say, "I'll post more." Instead, batch create 3 posts ahead of time so you'll have material when your motivation dips. Why? Fire needs fuel. If content is ready, you won't have to scramble when energy is low. Try this. What's one small step you can prep today? A saved draft? A list of content ideas? Number 4, measurable, track the heat. Example, instead of saying, I want to get better at email marketing, track how many emails you send per month. Why? Fires need monitoring. If you track what you're doing, you'll see what's working and where to adjust. Try this. Pick one metric to track. Post engagement, email opens, new conversations, whatever it is, keep it simple. 5, realistic. Build a sustainable fire. Example, if you know daily posting isn't sustainable, commit to once a week, month, or quarter. There's no wrong answer, and allow that to be enough. Why? Fires burn out if you overload them. Pace yourself so you don't burn out too. Try this. Set a schedule that honors your energy, not just what you think you should do. And finally, 6, trackable. Tend to your flame. Example, keep a simple checklist of what you actually do. This will help you spot patterns and stay accountable. Why? Fires need tending. If you step away too long, they go out. Regular check-ins help you stay aware and make adjustments. Try this. Track your actions for 1 month. See what feels good and adjust as needed. Keeping the fire alive. Building something you're proud of doesn't happen overnight. It's not about perfect execution. It's about returning to the fire no matter how many times it fades. Even if you skip a day. Even if the ember dims. Just come back. Nurture it. Let it breathe. Because fire doesn't happen in a flash. It happens in layers. And one day, without even realizing it, you'll look up and see the flames. 10-year-old me wanted a roaring fire instantly, but what I really needed was someone to show me how to nurture the spark. Someone to remind me that consistency isn't about how often you show up. It's about continuing to show up at all. Now, as a business consultant, I do the same for creative entrepreneurs. I don't expect you to build a bonfire overnight. I help you find your spark. And then I help you create a strategy that works for your brain to help you build a fire that won't burn out. What's one small actionable thing you can do today to stay visible in your business? And if you need support, let's build this fire together. My questions for you this week are, how do you define consistency in a way that works for you? And which part of the entrepreneur's SMART framework do you struggle with the most? Reply and share with me.